The following organizations have provided funding for this Into the Outdoors television series.
Boat A approaches Boat B. This is what I get for waiting until the last minute to get my recreational boating certification. Hey, what's up? No, sorry, I can't. My dad says I need to get boater safety certification before I can drive our new boat. Yeah, so I'm studying for it now. Life jacket. Check. Float plan. Check.
Save that life!
Welcome to Save That Life, the game show where you can win priceless lessons that could help save that life on the water, maybe your own. And now, let's meet today's contestants. You know him from all 6 of his hit movies. It's old Barnacle Bob, dredged up from his waterlogged past. And whoa, bro, here's a party boat dude still looking for awesome fun wherever he can anchor. And for our last contestant, meet Mr. Wannabe Certified, direct from hometown USA, and oh my, he looks sleepy. What a trio! Now, let's get into it. Let's make this first question easy with a clue. It begins with the letter P. Shout out when you know the right answer. Of the 75% of fatal boating accident victims who drowned, what did about 85% of them forget?
Oh, that's too easy, man. They forgot to P for practice their swimming. You've got to practice to be a real good swimmer if you don't want to drown in the water. Duh.
Ouch! Wrong answer, dude. Minus 10 points.
What?
Most everybody will tell you that they're a good swimmer, but practice won't save your life if you forget this. Guess you dudes need another clue. To follow P, it's the letter F.
Arg, matey, I knows it now. This is Safe Sailing 101 for any sailor worth their salt. Those 85% were probably landlubbers who, P.F., probably forgot to lash themselves to the deck of the boat during high seas. Heavy waves crashing over the side of the deck can wash you right off the ship's railing into Davy Jones's locker.
Sorry, wrong answer, Bob. But we won't deduct any points, as you didn't really have that answer to save lives back in 1743. Now, no more clues. Any guesses, Mr. Wannabe Certified?
Wait a minute. I know this one. PFD, personal flotation device. They forgot to wear their personal flotation device. Actually, neglecting to wear it is more like it. Everyone needs to wear their PFD life jacket even before they get into a boat. Because rough or cold waters, a knock on the head, ejection from the boat, or other conditions can take down even the best of swimmers.
Now we're talking. That's 10 points for the right answer, plus 5 bonus points for explaining when and why to always wear your PFD.
Arg, no fair! He's wearing the answer right there!
Yeah, there's something going on here. I don't like it.
Hook, line, and stinker.
Instead of complaining, maybe you two should think more about the reasoning behind the right answers. Now, let's dive deeper into decoding the murky waters of boating accidents with this next question. When the primary cause was known, what was the leading contributing factor in fatal boating accidents? And what was the known leading factor in about 16% of deaths? You might have an edge on this one, dude. Hint, hint. What can affect clear thinking, attention to surroundings, risky behavior, and reaction time? Maybe while partying.
Oh yeah, for sure. That thing. Well, sorry to admit, but getting too heavy into this key part of any awesomely good boat party can really mess with you in all those ways. Headbanging rock music, vibrating your boat speakers at volume 11. Oh, especially dancing barefoot on a wet deck in rough waters.
Oh boy, seems like we have a pattern starting here. Wrong answer, dude. Minus 10 points again.
Not to sound like a biological brainiac here, but I think it's actually a medical condition. No joke. Scurvy was the dread of sailing for 300 years and the leading cause of accidents on board and deaths during my days at sea. Kind of hard to climb the rigging safely with your joints dissolving. We didn't find out until much later that a lemon a day keeps the scurvy away.
Oh dear. Nice try, Bob. Historically informative, but sorry, the wrong answer. Unlike scurvy before lemonade, this major contributing factor to accidents can be easily avoided or abstained.
Abstained? Oh yeah. Alcohol use is the leading known contributing factor in fatal boating accidents where the primary cause was known. You don't have to be a biological brainiac to understand that alcohol can impair or affect clear thinking, attention to surroundings, risky behavior, and reaction time. Each one of those is dangerous in operating a powerboat, and when combined, they can be deadly.
Right again for 15 more points. Impressive. Maybe we should change your name from Wannabe to Gonna Be a safe boater.
Save that life!
That's the end of round 1. Score so far: the Wannabe firmly afloat with 30 points, Barnacle Bob treading water with 0 points, and our party dude sinking deeper with minus 20 points. We're about to begin round 2 of Save That Life, the game show that reveals the secrets and common sense of saving the lives of recreational boaters, including yours.
I call foul on ye. I'm a sailor who knows when he's been cheated.
Yeah, there's something fishy going on here. You two are in cahoots, or should I say, cacaws.
Cheating? Oh, please. This isn't jet boat science. It's simply wanting to be a safe boater, then knowing where to get the right instruction. You see, the Wannabe here has been studying the facts and taking his online boater safety certification. Plus, he's using my clues and something called common sense. Besides, he's never driven a boat before, yet you two complainers are experienced with years of party boating and sailing the 7 seas. So, knowing what I just said, here's a gimme question, just for Barnacle Bob and the party dude to catch up. Here you go. Where the facts were known, about 74% of deaths occurred on boats where the operator failed to get what?
Boating safety instruction.
Right on! Now you two are in forward gear with 10 points each. On the flip side of those numbers, and to reinforce the point, only about 14% of deaths occurred on vessels where the operator had received a nationally approved boating safety education certificate. So the lesson here is...
Duh. Get our nationally approved
Boating Safety Education Certificate! Oh yeah!
There's 10 bonus points more. Cha-ching. Now you're catching up, or at least your heads are above water. Even you, dude. It's time to put on your boater safety thinking caps for this next question. First, a fact. One of the most hazardous and potentially deadly boating accidents can happen when a person is struck by a spinning propeller. For bonus points, what can people do to prevent being struck by a propeller?
We didn't have propellers back in my day, but I figure to avoid getting slashed by one of those things worse than a pirate saber is to never go near one in the water.
Yeah. Plus, it takes two to tango with that kind of accident. I heard that the primary cause of propeller strike accidents is operator inattention or carelessness. Combine that with someone in the water near the engine, and that is double trouble and dude deadly.
Don't forget, there's also the risk of the operator being ejected from a moving boat and not having the ECOS engine cutoff switch attached to the operator. That can cause the engine to keep running and the boat to turn in smaller circles in the water, possibly hitting the operator. If the cutoff switch is attached and pulled off during operator ejection, it cuts off power to the engine. No power, no moving boat with a spinning propeller to injure someone.
Well, I'll be a pelican. That's the first time in the history of this show that everyone, in one way or another, all contributed to the right answer. Everyone gets 10 points. It was like you're a crew jointly navigating the same vessel. And speaking of navigation, here's your next question. How important do you think navigation is in avoiding accidents?
Well, I don't know about the accidents thing, but all us partygoers use a GPS with our map apps on our smartphones to help with getting to and from the anchoring party location. It helps us getting there and keeps us safe getting home after dark if we party too long, which can happen.
I don't know about this GPS gizmo thing, but without navigation, and I'm talking tried and true real compass navigation, you could truly get lost at sea. We take compass bearings and use a map to plot our way to safe ports if we need them.
I haven't really navigated on the water yet, but I learned that navigation rules violations can be a contributing factor in about half of boating accidents, 35% of deaths, and almost 60% of injuries. So I'd say that navigation and their rules are pretty darn important.
Wow, this contest is tacking into the win now. You all got the answer right again, each in your own way. Guess I'm stuck again, giving each of you 10 points. But here's a navigation tiebreaker. What should you leave behind with someone before you navigate out on the water?
I don't know. I'm taking everything important with me. Ain't leaving nothing behind.
Aye, back in my day, each voyage was so darn dangerous you had to leave behind your last will and testament with somebody in case you never returned.
That's a little extreme nowadays.
What?
You may not have to worry about leaving a last will if you leave one of these. It's called a float plan, and it's important to leave one with a responsible person in case you don't return on time.
Well, I don't know about you guys, but I plan on staying afloat without a plan. You know, because my boat floats on its own without a plan.
Oh.
Well, Wannabe gets the points. He's right. Float plans are important to leave with someone whether you're paddling a kayak or operating a 30-foot charter vessel. The boat operator should prepare the float plan that includes vessel description, persons on board, contact info, plus where and when you plan to depart, arrive, and return. And if you're a passenger, don't be shy to ask the operator if they have left a float plan with a reliable person. I should get points for all that explanation. Now, let's all take a well-deserved break before we get into round 3. Guests of Save That Life receive brand new personal flotation devices and an all-expenses-paid trip around the world. While our contestants are taking their sailing break, did they file a float plan? You wouldn't believe some of the crazy and dangerous boating behaviors I've witnessed. So I'd like you to join me to help decode what happens in these mishaps and ways you might handle similar situations. Let's see if you can help figure out the boating safety concerns in these following video clips. Just like our 3 contestants, you'll get points for right answers. Okay, let's watch this first clip.
Hey!
Adam is safety conscious as he's wearing a brightly colored PFD, a wetsuit to protect against cold water, and emergency radio. And he's filed a float plan with his buddy. Despite all his safety precautions that he learned in getting certified and trying to get out of the way from the oncoming boat, his kayak still got struck by a reckless boater. To make matters worse, it was a hit and run as the other boater sped away after striking Adam and his kayak. Let's issue double fines to that boat operator and his negligent lookouts. Plus, none of them were wearing PFDs. Now, let's go sailing with Captain Kidd in this next clip. They may be cute, but these little dudes are on the wrong side of boating safety. The lookout kid isn't wearing his PFD. Any guesses what happens if you fall in front of any moving boat, propellers or not? And Captain Kidd isn't wearing his life jacket either. And we're not sure if he's really of age or certified to be the operator. Let's wrap up our boating safety quiz with one final dude. Maybe this guy is a buddy of our own party boat dude. Clearly he doesn't like to use his head. Give yourself points if you gave this dummy dude a boating ticket for not paying attention to where he's going. Operator inattention is the top contributing factor to boating accidents. Thanks for participating in this viewer boating safety quiz. Now, let's get our contestants back and see what they can do. Okay, you 3 contestants, that's enough celebrating with your joyride. Time to begin the final championship round of Save That Life, the game show that decodes the savvy smarts of saving the lives of recreational boaters, including yours. The updated score so far, Wannabe cruising ahead with an impressive 60 points. Barnacle Bob making a wake with 30 points, and Party Dude finally throttling forward with 10 points. All right, here we go. Final round, first question. What was the most frequent type of first accident for recreational boaters who had accidents? Yeah, that's a tricky one, so here's a clue. Before you answer, stop fast and think hard.
Stop fast? You can't stop fast in a vessel. They don't have any brakes. Even dropping anchor isn't going to make you stop fast. Back in my day, if you stopped fast, you either ran into that dang coral reef or you hit the moor dock while pulling into the bay.
That's close, but not the complete answer. Anyone else want to help Bob out?
I hate thinking. Can really make my head hurt, but I'll give it a try. I think Bob's on the right track. Coming into port with a boat under power can be tricky. Takes practice. Making mistakes can really scratch your hull up a bit. I'm not too sure about that being a real boating accident.
You two are so close. Maybe Wannabe can throw you a life preserver on this question.
I've seen enough YouTube videos of dummies where they stop too fast because they hit something, and that's called a collision, and they look scary.
Right on. Wannabe gets 10 points for collisions, and we'll give Bob 5 points for at least getting us close to the answer. Although one-word answers alone might help you pass your boater safety certification, it's knowing the whys and preventions that will help keep you safe out there when you're boating on the water. So, here's your two-part follow-up question. First part, what kind of collision was the most frequent and caused the most accidents? And here's another clue. Think about the most frequent car accidents.
Oh, I got this one. The most frequent type of collision is with another car. I mean, recreational vessel. There are no white lines or traffic signals out there on the open water. That's probably why violating navigational rules has contributed to so many boating accidents.
Wow, dude, now you're rocking. Let's give him 15 points for the right answer, plus the part about navigational rules. Now, for the second part. What kinds of things contributed to all those collisions with other recreational vessels?
Whether you're piloting a 3-mast on the high seas or a little sloop in the bay, it's important that the operator of the vessel must be aware of their surroundings. That's why we usually had a lookout up in the crow's nest.
Plus, it's easy to get distracted when you're doing something like pulling a water skier behind your powerboat. That's why the operator needs to maintain something called situational awareness. You know, not spending too much time on any one task and maintaining a good visual scan of the surroundings. And don't feel shy about asking other people on board to help with situational awareness to reduce the risk of a collision.
What do I have to do to stump you three? 10 more points each for Wannabe and Barnacle Bob. But if you stop and think about it, if collisions with other vessels and fixed objects caused so many accidents and about 20% of deaths, what other factor could be reduced that might reduce those kinds of accidents?
It's speed!
That's it. Can't defy the laws of physics, Captain. It's simple. The faster you go, the harder you stop during a collision, whether with something fixed or another vessel. Less speed equals less damaging forces during a collision.
Not only that, but if you're going a reasonable speed, you have more time to be aware of your surroundings and more time to react with your head instead of reacting with the hull of your boat.
Uh-oh, man overboard for Wannabe. Bob and Dude are catching up. Okay, final departing question worth a whopping 25 points. Speaking of man overboard, when you think about all the types of boating accidents and reasons for them, plus how they might be prevented, what are two of the deadlier results of all those things happening where the end result is that the operator or passenger is no longer in the vessel?
Oh, I think that's called going overboard. Let's face it, it's nearly impossible to drown when you're still inside the boat. But if you go overboard and you're not wearing your life jacket, that is double jeopardy for becoming a fatality. Not cool, dudes.
Besides falling overboard, with powerboats, the operator or passengers can also be ejected from a boat. I've seen that before in videos, and it looks like excessive speed can be one of the contributing factors.
Hold fast, matey. Back in my day, falling overboard was a death sentence. There was no turning back when you were in rough waters, and we didn't have any PFDs to wear back then either. That's why Davy Jones's locker is so full of us old-timey sailors who were too busy lollygagging near the edge of a moving ship during rough seas. So, I would figure, while in one of today's powerboats, it's important to not only wear your life jacket, but to also keep your behind anchored to a safe seat in a safe location while aboard the moving powerboat.
Oh dear, it looks like we're not going to have time to tabulate all the scores and see who's the winner. But I'd say you're all winners with what you've learned today.
What? No final score? No time? What's the deal, dude?
Look at Wannabe, he's waking up, and this game show dream is about to end. Sorry, crew, it's been a great journey.
That was so weird. But I feel more confident than ever to complete my boater safety course and get certified. Hey Dad, better get your life jacket and sunscreen ready. You're about to have someone else driving that new boat.
The following organizations have provided funding for this Into the Outdoors television series.